Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Na kwa baby Nsem-Pii TV platform yi eso John Dramani Mahama waha Ghana we ene nsem a aba betudwa na die ena akwakofa sansem we edeba ni nyina is about the ongoing discussions regarding the termination of the appointment of Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. 92 days and as ansem we aba betudwa na ayu say according to Article 146, Committee of Inquiry at President established here Kukupimu Jubilee House, led by Gabriel Scott Pamai, Anone, chairman of the committee, echo present a report on what the two just say over 10,000 worth of pages, and someone also during the committee hearing sh0cks and on the other diamond penny. So no him na offer determination, bra. Thank you, Nimsenka, and penny 10,000 pages there, Kebedi Mrekakra. 2 hours a crama, na sitting get to say ye Chief Justice Eddie. Free honum na Uncle Baby and Cotton. And no nene reports be able to Nsem-Pii TV, ya site be from Herald, are a detailly near my course during the committee sittings. And no, I will find this assertion about John Dramani Mahama, a dear way, waha Ghana. About one of 12 witnesses, the former Chief Justice, get to talk on no Efreye, and no other person than the astute Snr Lawyer Okudzeto. According to report, say over basis any petition ya Okodan committee do cite petition you said there be we dear tribopobi na kufubia boss will be mammy free honor na stated misbehavior party. This doesn't fall under stated misbehavior, rather administrative procedures be and was say in Kefakwan Biso and Fakwan Biso. Now the report in the HM says Snr Lawyer Okudzeto during his testimony spoke at length over hours. Kasaya just nani ninati said there be kwanya mode Chief Justice. I know your head of the whole Judicial Institute, no air fast one, Ghana. Na okasaya to the extent say petitioners ne lawyers to say Chatuchi Kata Thadio sorry after say Snr Lawyer Okudzeto na no see obi antimi amusanwe obi antimi anka bibi anche no they couldn't even cross examine him said the omoye other witnesses no na no nwanwa yi and nwanwa say afide determination say and etimi ababonte na we ebeto dwa no and Dennis Miracles Abwaje so mu on a essential so no be in Nsem-Pii will be said will be a dear we are akoso ewo my Ghana Mahama. We will live to regret it one day because Chief Justice Bia John Dramani Mahama and this is where I point you. About society, I Diana, you better find another grounds for stated misbehavior because right from the onset, the NDC has politicized the judiciary and no, and they do baby and Nsem-Pii say senior lawyers be to say Samuel Okudzeto ne afeso Nana Dr. SKB Asante, former Chief Justice, almost one committee yabu many aguswa, and the president, and so I take his decision. We say, na some no, yentie said you see the common and classify.
Listen, sir, Obi, then how would you feel? Abba! A typical example of give a dog a bad name and hang him, no? Give a dog a bad name and hang him. Why such an embarrassment to the country? Obi, can I want to make our air, but you find this thing to be extremely embarrassing. And I can imagine the thousands of lawyers at home who are asking themselves big questions. Said these 3 reasons, Obi, at best, these are administrative issues. Memoir. Obi, at best, this administration. In any case, Chief Justice on to announce as canon.
No, say judicial service.
Me say in Nsem-Pii, if this woman was given a fair hearing and not politicized like it was done, there is no way anybody can find this woman culpable in any of these things. At best, this is at best issues of allowances will be at best an administrative matter. at best administrative matter na or the service at trust say accountant making sure say the officer involved will do a friend say will be set charge near there administrative what has it got to do with the woman's capacity to administer justice in this country? Why? What has a transfer got to do the woman's capacity to administer justice in this country? Oh, it is something. It's something Obi. Send me money and say renting your promoted. I set your back on Bimbada. How do we fix this as a country? How do we ever remove this from our conscience as a country? We say judiciary forever and ever. The reason is because Obi, when be a floodgate, when be a floodgate, or man penny be a bit to the judiciary na yedope. Why not? That's how we can say. I can tell you. I'm sure say whichever government would come after John Mahama, there are petitions probably ready.
Yeah, but that is if by that time now say article.
Mamika say as serious matter.
The Constitutional Review Committee can propose a different.
Mamika say who said there is going to even be a constitutional review? Obi, let me tell you, there are people within that largest opposition party that are of the view say John Mahama, His Excellency and his government cannot come and sin and then close their friend saying
but they can do that with Parliament.
Obi, and constitutional reviews in your Parliament. Remember,
I agree.
And you now
yeah.
The real meat in the constitution, you can't do it with even 276 against 0 in Parliament. You can't. And that's what we are talking about.
So I've been specific with Article 146.
Maybe make a constitutional review or don't make a constitutional review.
Okay.
And I hope you can't tell. So what the friend is saying, Parliament will reviewer another friend is saying government is between the Parliament and asset another law.
The number.
To get the same number.
Oh, Obi, whoever thought.
Okay, so we'll be here too.
Yes. Don't forget, barely 7 months ago, it was 137. Rana be a democracy, they do need it. What up to now, that's why you're confident. Say, one, you're gonna know one, so. We need a day, who so. Because who would have thought, say, if you 137, nearby, the
87.
No, nobody would have thought. It is slow down. Obi, Mr. Chief Director, be. Oh, what am I saying? Oh, you do know, no benefiting in T1 yet because no benefiting. Meanwhile, of all the people in the value chain, it is only the chief director that benefits from this blot. 1 year that no call retirement. Mr. Debi offer me. My feedback will say because when you are in position of power, make sure that they are way and you're skilled towards one core benefit because you will not be there forever. Let me say 1,119 days old. This I say in 1,119 days, a chest say beba. And I see another good for the fellow Ghanaians. I come to your homes this evening, and I bring you greetings.
Yes.
Let it remain resolute and stand together as a nation. And I say,
yes.
Uncle, Mahama number 1. I'm a see uncle. Obi, Mr. 2016, the most hated citizen in this country was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. 2016. 2024, I'm winning power. Let's be empty your boss, you. Young to your boss. Now, can you debate the judiciary? Why and Papa? And what even makes John Mahama, His Excellency, issue no bizarre? And they say the utterances before coming to power is what has exposed him. Obi, that's a committee, a political committee, pure political committee.
I didn't hear.
Now membership.
2 justices of the
Obi na ye Mahama nkasa na kache say just a friend say the bench no MPP bias no. No ba or the judges be no balance. He is the first person that even made me aware and say judges no cry MPP ni NDC. I don't know come nim. Oka wo TV so. Ono ka first come nim. E no ka so ba the judges be no balance. Oba yon from my. Or appointed be Ebeka here. As we sit here, Obi assumption say what judges no wa homo. Judge no why no dwuma for so many years wa ha no. Because nay your boy judge did no kodi asama say when the buy say mama the nkofo no bia. Wa ha no. Meanwhile, but you've worried him. You didn't have to make those comments. Me say, if Mahama, His Excellency, had not made a comment, say, Oba, Mami, we running into me, Yejuba, Obi, but you said it. It was premeditated. You planned it. Oba, ya no more party for the petition, frivolous petitions. Why? Now, don't wow party lawyers, mom. What do wow party lawyers and so more?
No one can say anything to me.
Okay. It's on tape. It's on tape, Mr. Oh, Mr. Okay, well, NDC lawyers program, I say.
So to me, native.
Yes. I say. Oh, not to be saying. Your boss are tape.
On linking to the resection of the judiciary.
I say we cannot reset the judiciary with the same chief justice. Yes, that's what you said. And look at your West. That is meaning to me, Ejuma. Also, the research of the judiciary cannot be done with the same chief justice. Oh, hey, Munya Shegal, I'm saying, Kramuntu Misosano, and like Kramuntu Repele. The first thing I want to say with the frivolous petition from your party people, and I'll do party lawyers.
That may not be a fact.
No, it's fact. Oh, and then enemy home. Obi, honorable dress at you, the party we have an enemy home. Enemy home. Other Ramadan Basuna players, only Obi. Who are the NDC lawyers more and also dispute?
Yes.
Who dispute you know? And you're not crossing NDC lawyers.
Sir, I don't know Thadio sorry to be an NDC.
Now Chachutikate.
Or not the fine.
Thadio sorry to you Yati. Say Thadio sorry NDC lawyer Yati Chachutikate. Vema Oliver Becker.
I don't know.
On yeah, that was it. NDC surrogates and I know where. Obi, I am going to do Okromo. It's when yes, I am
do that.
Yes, oh, now, and then so
me quickly now. Then you invite other.
I am inviting. Why? It is up to. I am inviting. Why? I don't want that. May you invite it.
Okay. And then someone to point you to.
The
go ahead.
Or no so Crawford. Or Kofae.
No problem.
Exactly.
There's no lie about that. So when you want, you can do that. When you want, you can. But the fact of the matter is, yes, these are things. No, they are very serious facts. They are very important facts because these things point to a certain direction. The fact that NDC people frivolously brought the petition, the fact that NDC lawyers and NDC surrogates were representing the petitioners, it points to a certain. The fact that the president in opposition made emphatic statements, say he cannot do what he has to do with the judiciary with the same chief justice, points to a specific direction. That is fact. That is fact. That is fact. And then Obi, would they transfer allowance? Any third one here, the Murphy and Crown, any appointment of justice recommended every chief justice of the Republic. Abba, Papa, we have brought our governance to its lowest level. Our democracy is at its lowest level with what we have done to the chief justice and the judiciary. Obi, what we have done, you're causing big scar. And then judges, you want to case you come here, because the human system say be as some of the best man penny and then so anyone hand wapamono. Once you cry judges, how they make judiciary and then oh be as someone in the to say we are bad away. You see Mahama judges here. Hey, why? Because you said it on TV. Say the bench is imbalanced and that the NDC lawyer should prepare to be brought to the bench to balance the bench. Why would you do this to the country? Now Mahama will not see this now. He will not realize it now. Obi, ye waha mitwe ano eyetuo. The only thing I me one man kasa na yebe kasa. But so we adwuma we no continue fear. Me say Obi market. One of the things John Mahama, His Excellency, is going to regret in his entire political career will be the crude removal of the Chief Justice. Then Emilia Benghazi, one of the fantastic communicators of MPP. Okay, say me, let me quote him. Or say, on the removal of CJ, yes. Obi, he puts it in a very interesting way. Or say the executive is sleeping with the legislature. And they say, no, it's not a lie. Executive legislature and the imperator, and no cry say, imperator, so what Jaffa, the executive is sleeping with the legislature and has ended up raping the judiciary. And yes, I'm quality and because the legislature and the executive are carbon stress from normal repeat judiciary.
So what can you first of all can call on it?
That is what they have done to the judiciary. Obi, now you have cast all the judges in very bad light. Now you've thrown all of them on the dashboard. Obi, because judges said the impression you have created is that you have brought NDC judges to the bench. That's the impression you have created based on their so the impression that you brought NDC judges and you have removed, according to you, an MPP chief justice. And who have you brought? NDC chief justice. And why? I don't believe the chief justice that will come is an NDC chief justice. I don't believe that. I don't, because I'm of the view that these are people who be more committed to Juma Krobi Nesu. Will be a Juma 30 years, 35 years. Even close to started 1 year. So I don't believe so, because some of them they transcended governments near there. But what homo? And can one make it our utterances in Nankawi number? What now, original court near dinner some Kranana Julian and Tanta say, are they being fair or they are doing it to please the president? Because right now, I question King Ahab. Please be true. Ye dear some now be ye de satisfied King Ahab. I beg His Excellent John Roman Mahama. She said, there will be no way Kobeti. Nemobisa won't say, Chief Justice now over be you know. The rest of the population now, they don't believe in your ideologies. How are they going to accept that chief justice that you are going to appoint? How are they going to accept that chief justice? Na chinebi aban for ba no so throw petition. No ka say chief justice no one made human tem into misbehavior. And so bad you one man tem into misbehavior into yin dia. Ubesu na obesere. Because the man there, a chief justice can be removed for lateness. Obviously you agree. No, based on some of these things there. Oh yes, based on some of the 3 reasons in there, a chief justice can be removed for later because it's misbehavior. Can be a chief justice over lateness. You say reporting it's not reporting now, it's misbehavior. A chief justice can be removed simply because of lateness. Obi, one share beba. Mr. One share, there will be a petition removing a chief justice for coming to work late. And there will be a committee set up. Because a prima facie will be established, and a committee will be set up, and that committee will look at the petition, and the petition will have several days. Chief Justice be Juma late, and the committee will recommend the Chief Justice removal for misbehavior, and the president at that time would remove the Chief Justice. Mahama, waha obi be don see.
Ekosi saying so higher Nsem-Pii FM 0548 443 523. Your WhatsApp number and on obet me the messages no aba na yakai amam while we begin wrapping up. We say Obi, good evening. I'm just recalling what Kweku Boahen said, and I quote: if Nanado wins the 2020
for Nsem-Pii will more now so now show on my YouTube channel.
Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.